Hey gang, this is Mike with Mr. No Fluff, and I want to share with you that being your dreams is simple. It's not complex. What does that mean? Many of us, when we think about investing, starting a business, writing a book, or being our dreams, whatever that is, being a real estate investor, being an agent, fixing, flipping houses, start any kind of entrepreneurship, we think that we need a lot of money. We think that we need to have some kind of credit or some kind of FICO score. We think that it needs to be complex. We think that I need 10 years, 20 years worth of education to be something. And we can't be more wrong. And what I try to do is create a game or a course to help you see how simple it is to make money in America. Okay, see that all you need is just $100 or $50 to start. Okay, what I'm going to share with you today. That anyone can do it. Start where you stand. Now, unto popular belief that you got to go to college, you got to have a certain amount of money, you got to have some type of capital to be your dreams, I've created this game, okay, or this course. Now, it's very, very simple, and many people, or including maybe yourself, are going to diss the idea because of how simple it is. So don't let it fool you, okay? Because it has a lot of benefits for you. One of the very first benefits is that it's going to allow you to generate money ASAP. Okay, it's going to allow you to put $100 in and then turn it into 200 or 300 or 400 or 500 or 600 or 700. Okay, I've done all those numbers that I just mentioned to you in my test pilot before I share this information with you. So I've created this course or this game for you, for my students, because I want you to have success. I want you to realize that it's easy to make money in America. All you need is imagination, creativity. You don't need debt. You don't need some kind of income, FICO score, debt to income ratio, or any of that. No banker's money. All you need is creativity, imagination, and just a little bit amount of money. If you have just a little bit amount of money, you can magnify it. And what is better than $100? You know, something that we spend out going out to eat, or spend in our kids, or put in our tank of gas, or whatever. To turn that little $100 into a snow avalanche of a big sum of money without risking a lot of your money or putting a lot of time, like going to college for 10, 20 years, okay, or getting school, or getting the certification. Now, like I said, many of you are not going to believe it because it's so simple. And that's the whole intention of this. I created this thing for it to be very, very simple. I've created this thing for you to make money ASAP, for you to have no risk, or I'm sorry, let me take the back. Life is a risk, but have a very, very, very small risk because you're only investing $100 or $50. Very, very low. You cannot eliminate risk. One of the other things this course is going to teach you is risk management. So this game, or this course, is going to teach you anything from risk management to sales to negotiation to the importance of creating systems, having follow-ups, how to give offers. Okay, it's going to teach you that imagination and creativity are more powerful. It's going to show you how simple it is to make money. You don't need no complex idea. You don't need brick and mortar. You don't need tons of equipment. Okay. And it's so simple that I'm going to pass it around to my daughter, Alchemy, and have her do it when she's a little bit older to learn about entrepreneurship. It's that simple. Now, it's so simple that you could also turn it into a full-time fledged business if you like, if you enjoy it. You know, I thought about myself getting into it full-time because it is very, very fun. I make money, and I get to spend a lot of time with the family and things. Just this much amount of time. Just to do it as a side hustle. I just did it to bring it to you guys, and because I was thinking, what can I do to help my students? Because a lot of my students have this problem, which is they'll spend a lot of time and energy doing something. Let's say if you want to be a real estate investor, or you want to do entrepreneurship, or write a book, you spend a lot of time putting the energy in, and then later on you realize that it wasn't a success, or it's not going the right way you want it to. And the problem is there's a very, very, very slow feedback loop. Okay, so I wanted to create a game to increase the feedback loop, just like football. If you're a receiver and someone throws the ball at you and you drop it, you instantly get a quick feedback loop that, hey, I messed up. Next time I got to figure something else out. Where in real estate or entrepreneurship, you may be doing this for 3 months or 6 months and never get a deal, never achieve your goals, and that's because there's no feedback loop to tell you that you're doing mistakes unless you instantly get to see that. So it's very, very important to have a system for us to fail as fast as possible and for us to realize our failures, which is called a feedback loop. So this course will teach you the importance of a feedback loop. But more importantly, this course, what I'm going to reveal to you, and I'm trying to get you excited and wrapped up because it is so important, but it's so simple, okay? That the processes that I'm created for this idea or business or a game or course, whatever you want to call it, is the exact same thing of being a real estate investor. It's the same exact thing of being a real estate agent. So if your goals are to become a successful real estate investor or an agent, then the processes that I'm going to reveal to you is exactly the same. Now, your only job is to be able to implement this simple idea, understand all the little processes that go into it in all the little section, and learn how to turn the wheel in each little section. That's it. Now, once you do that 4 or 5 times, okay, then you understand the whole process of this. Now, this process is parallel, which means this runs this way and the real estate business runs this way. So they run the same exact way, right? But they're on different dementia. This idea is a different dementia than the real estate business, but even those that are on a different dementia, they run exactly the same direction, which means that if you have the processes down of what I'm going to show you, you're able to easily transfer up to. And that is the primary reason that I tried to create this game, or where you're able to profit with a very low amount of money. But more importantly, I wanted to have a game that I could teach my students how to play. And once they learn these skills, because it was so simple, and they made money out of it, so it's going to boost their confidence, okay, for them to take more action, then they can take the same exact skill sets that they learned and apply it in the real estate business, which is exactly the same, because what I'm going to show you is just like real estate investing or real estate being an agent. It doesn't matter if you want to do fix and flips, you want to, wholesale deals, you want to be a landlord, it doesn't matter. Is understanding what is a motivated seller, how to filter it, how to find them, how to negotiate, how to use your imagination, etc. Now, so you guys are asking, well, Mike, what is this thing? What is this thing, guys? And it's very, very simple. You've done it already when you were a kid, riding bicycles. Now, I love riding bicycles. Every time I go out, I do 50 to 100 miles. And when I was sitting there and thinking, man, what can I do for my students? Because when I teach real estate investing, it's so complex. Even though I simplify it, there's many, many steps. From creating websites, to funnels, to marketing, to conversion, exit strategy, all that stuff. I was thinking, what is something that I can create that is identical, parallel to this business, but is very simpler and has a quick feedback loop? Because when I tell my students to go do something, and for them to get a deal, at the minimum, let's say it takes 7 days or 14 days or 30 days if they're hustlers, and if they're not, it may take them 2 or 3 months, right, to find the first deal. Well, they have 2 or 3 months of no feedback. And that's very toxic for their success because it kills the morale, lowers their self-esteem, and more importantly, they never know when they drop the ball, in the example of the football player. So that's why I came up with this, because this business you can make money, or this idea of this course or this game, you can make money quick, you can learn, and everything you learn is going to be exactly as in real estate. Or you can just take this business idea and run with it and have a side business, turn it into a full-time business, like have a bicycle shop, or you can just use it as a stepping stone for real estate investing, which I think most of my students, why they come to me. Okay? So since I love riding bikes, I came up with this idea to show people that whatever you love, you can make money, number one. Okay? And example, I love riding bikes. I need to create a game to help you understand the real estate business, or help you believe how great America is, or help you believe how easy it is to make money in America, to help you believe where you don't need any money to make money in America, and so on and so on. So I thought about, what do I love? Riding bikes. How can I make money? And I decided to buy bikes, what I call wholesale or below wholesale, and I sell it in the fair market value with the retail buyers, the people that are going to ride the bike for themselves, below cost. Okay, so what do I mean? So if what I'm doing is I'm finding motivated sellers that are selling their bikes, okay, and I'm buying their bikes below wholesale, and I'll sell my bikes to retail people that, you know, some kid that wants a bike or a grown-up that wants a bike for wholesale or a little bit above wholesale. So when that buyer looks on the market, goes to the bike shop or looks at, you know, Craigslist, etc., everyone else is selling retail. So retail is the highest price, just like the MLS. When you hire a real estate agent, you're paying retail for homes. If you want to buy them at a deep discount, you don't hire a real estate agent because they're not on the MLS. Just like if you want to buy cars at a deep discount, you don't go to a car dealership. You go to find a motivated seller, or you go to the auction. So retail's here, wholesale's here, okay? And there's a lot of room from here. And I'm buying the bikes from motivated sellers somewhere around here, below wholesale. And then I can sell it at wholesale or a little bit above wholesale, and there'll be tons of buyers to buy it because it's way below. And what I'm doing is just buying pretty bikes that don't need any work, or very, very small amount of work, like a tire or a tube, okay? And all I'm doing is three things. I am washing the bike really good, because many people that sell bikes don't wash their bikes. Two, when most people that sell bikes don't take good pictures of their bikes. They take horrible pictures with bad lighting, and the bike is not washed. So I take great pictures. And three, I write a great description, and I put it up for sale. And now I've done this multiple times. So many bikes, I've lost count now in my test pilot, because I just didn't want to do 1, 10, 20. I wanted to do a lot, okay? And I trained my brother to do it, and he has success with it too. So I know it works, okay? Now, again, what I do is I find motivated sellers, I buy their bikes below wholesale price, and I'm showing you in my book version where to find the prices. What is wholesale? It goes into detail. I'm not going to go into detail here, okay? But it's in the book. You're getting it. This is the audio version of it, the video version. So I find motivated sellers, okay? I give them offers to buy their bikes at a deep discount. And the ones that are motivated, I pick it up, I wash it, you know, I write a good description for it, and then I put it for sale. And when I put it for sale, I put it below the fair market value. What is the fair market value? That's what the average herd, the average people are selling their bikes for, of like kind bike. I put it below that. And so my bike stands out as a trophy, as a great value on the market. And I sell it fast because I bought it cheap. I bought it at a really good price, okay? And how much do I pay for these bikes? Just 100 to 150 bucks. So I'll pay 50 to 100 my initial offer, and max my counter offer at 150. And I've given you guys my offers. All you have to do is just copy and paste and just give it to the seller. And you can read below. It's all there, okay? So simply put, I use free, okay, free marketplaces like Facebook, Craigslist, 5 Miles, OfferUp. I give them a pre-written offer, which I've given you in this book. All you do is copy and paste it to random amount of people, okay, with a certain amount of bikes. There's certain bikes that I buy. I don't buy Walmart bikes and Huffys and stuff like that. I only buy high quality name brand bikes, and I've included what they are in the book below. But I can tell you right now, Cannondale, Trek, and Specialized. That's the only things I buy. I don't buy anything else. Okay? These are established companies. And I buy high-end bikes. Okay? They're beautiful. And I buy it for a deep discount. And I sell it at a deep discount. And I sell it fast. But that's my model. It doesn't have to be your model. But if you want to sell it, if you want to turn $100 into 500 in 19 hours, that's the model you got to apply. Okay. Now I could sit on that same and make 600, 700, but it may take me longer. But I want to sell it fast. That's my model. Now, this is the only idea. I mean, I'm sorry. This is not the only idea. I have a bunch of other ideas, and I can think of a bunch of other ideas. But this is one of the only institutional ideas. I mean, this idea beats all the institutional ideas out there, like a bank, a CD, anything like that. Okay, I don't know anywhere I can go put $100 in and make 200 in a day. I put $100 in and make 200 in 3 days. Put $100 in and make 200 in 4 days. I don't know any places. Okay, nor do I know any places where I could put $100 in, make 300 or 400 or 500. I don't know any places. Not gold, not stocks, not bonds, not securities, none of those stuff. Okay. Bitcoin when it was going up, but now it's not. Okay, I don't know. I'm sure there are some, but institutional wise, I don't know any place. I mean, my bank gives me less than a 1% on a CD or on a savings, what have you. So I put the least amount of money in, I have the least amount of risk, and I'm able to double, triple, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times my money, and I've done it multiple times, and that's why I'm here to share with you. It's very, very simple. Now, for some of you guys says, "Well, Mike, I don't know anything about a bike. I just know how to ride it, or I might not even ridden a bike before." I totally understand it. Don't worry, because before this, all I did was ride bikes. I don't know anything about bikes in the sense that I don't know how to fix them. I don't know how to do tune-ups. I don't know anything. When I buy a bike, I take it to the bike shop and they do everything for me. So with this system that I created for you, this game or course, I did something where you don't have to learn any new skills, just poquito, just a little bit. You don't have to learn any specialized skills or anything like that. Okay? And I showed to you in this course how to do it. You just got to follow the instructions. But simply put, I show you how to buy pretty bikes that don't need a lot of repairs, or zero, and you buy it at a discount and you sell it at a discount. You sell it cheaper than anyone else, and you move the units fast. Okay? In my book, I go into it in 4 details. Now, I know this sounds very, very like, hey man, this is too simple to be true. Okay? And that's the great thing with entrepreneurship. Sometimes the greatest ideas are very, very simple. Now, if you want to turn this idea and make into a big old bicycle shop, then that simple idea will eventually grow into roots and it becomes more and more complex. But if you just want to go ahead and turn $100 into 1,000 or 3 or 6, it's very quickly possible. And I just showed you in this book how to do it. So this book is divided into the video and also the text. I highly recommend reading all the text, because all the fine details, like where to advertise it, how to inspect the bike before you buy it, where's the offers to give to the sellers, what kind of bike should you buy, what type of bikes you should buy, and so on, that I'm not going to have time to go into it here, because I took the time to really write a book for you guys. And it took me a long time, and for a guy that can't spell, it was very difficult. But I'm very confident that it's going to help you get the money that you have invested in this course and 3 times, 5 times, infinite amount of return as long as you take action. Now I know it's very, very simple, so it causes questions like, why would sellers sell you their bikes? Okay? Why would someone do this? This is exactly the same thing my dad asked me, my mom asked me once I did my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They kept asking me. And I try to figure out why these people sell it. And I've told you in the text version of it, but there's motivated. Some of them need money. Some of them are just haven't done their due diligence to know the value of their bike. Some of them think that, you know, they need the room because for whatever reason, because about a new bike. Some of them are just moving and they don't have any more space for it. I got to get rid of it. There's so many different reasons, guys. And you'll learn as you apply. But one thing is that if you sit here and you think about all the reasons why, you know, this may not work. Okay? If you think, again, if you sit here and think about all the reasons why this may not work, all these questions that come to your mind, all these worries, then your probability of success is 0. Because it's not in the thinking, it's in the doing that you have a feedback loop. It's in the doing that you learn. It's in the doing that you could make a profit. It's in the doing that you could make mistakes. But if you just sit here and think, nothing's going to happen, guys. Besides more questions, more fears, more worries, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want that for you, okay? I've seen so many students. So this is just $100 or $50, and I'm going to go into my desk and show you on my laptop some of the deals that I've done so you can see exactly what has happened, so you can become what I call a believer, because I have to spend so much energy to convince you guys that this is a great idea, because it's only $100 or $50 investment. You could double your money easily, triple it, 4 times it, 5 times it, 6 times it, 7 times it. Depends on the deal, okay? So I'm going to get on my desk and I'm going to show you exactly a couple of deals that I've done. I'll probably show you 6, 7. I got so many. And then after that, start reading the text, okay? So now, if you guys want to learn about real estate, if you learn how to flip bikes, it's going to help you exponentially, because it's identical, same processes. Okay, it's kind of like the process of making jelly may be the same exact way as making another sandwich. Okay, besides the materials are a little different. So that's where I'm going to leave you. Let me get on my desk and I'll show you some other stuff. Thank you.
All right, gang. Now I'm back on my desk, and let me talk about what I call the new flip, guys. Okay, so the new flip is where I buy bicycles at a deep discount and I sell to retail people, and I'm been able to 3x my money easily. And then that's not what I call a home run. I just call it, you know, my minimum standard. But then there's situations where I have 5x, 6x, 7x my money. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started without any further delay. So the very first thing is that I bought this bike from a motivated seller on I believe OfferUp, and this seller was offering this 2 bikes for $1,000, and I paid this gentleman $100 per bike for his bike. Okay, now the question might be, well, why would he sell it to you? So look at the book, why he would sell it to me, the text version. I go into it for detail, but just look at the pictures that this guy posted. Okay, all right. Now, after I bought the bike, what I did is, this is me going picking it up, okay? After I bought the bike, I washed it real good, and here's examples of how great I washed it, and I took great pictures. So that's that guy's ad I showed you earlier, and then this is what I did with the bike, okay? Now, I bought this bike for $100, and I paid, and I sold it for $500. So I bought it for $100, and then I sold it for $500. Okay, as you can see, it's a Cannondale, made in the USA. It's a beautiful bike. These tires were made in Germany. This is an older bike. I think it's like a 2000 version. older bike, but it was top of the end bike for that time. Okay, now the other bike, because this guy had 2 bikes, so I paid this guy $100 per bike. Okay, this is the ad that he had. Notice his pictures. One of them is even upside down here. If you can take a look. So his pictures versus my pictures. Now the other bike, which is this one, I sold this one for $500. The best looking bike. You could even notice it in this old seller's ad. Now I sold this bike for $250, and here is the this bike. Oh no, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, and I sold that. So look, when you look at this picture, you cannot tell this is a jeweled like the one that I have here, guys. Okay, you can't tell. But I sold this bike for $225. Okay, so I bought this bike for $100, and I sold it for $225. And I bought the other bike for $100, and I sold the other bike for $500. So simply put, you can see how much profit I made. Okay, and the first bike, which was the one that was over here, I sold that in 19 hours for $500, and that's when I became a believer that this thing worked. Because before that, I've never bought bikes before, flip bikes. When I bought bikes, I just buy them at the bike shop, and I paid retail price for them, just like everyone else. I didn't know anything about any better, but I bought these bikes and I sold them. Now, here's the people that I sold them to, what I call the proof. Because when I first did it, I was very excited to document it. I couldn't believe it, just like most of you guys. So this couple picked this bike up from us, and this guy bought it for his woman right here, and this is this bike, and they paid me $250, and they were extremely happy. You can see this lady's face because that bike was like spanking new. It probably never even seen the street. Okay, now the second buyer, this is the one that came and gave me $500. You know, he was extremely happy too. He was going to do a marathon with it, and you know, he got a great smoking deal. You know, he paid me $500, and he was very happy. The bike was super clean. It didn't need anything. It came with a bunch of accessories, and that was that dude. Okay, and I documented that because I wanted, you know, I was excited. I wasn't sure that this was going to work. I was going to risk my money and not know. So this is the first couple. They gave me $225 for it. And this is the other guy's money, the older gentleman, so you can see, okay? Now let's go to my next deal that I did. The next deal that I did, which is my second deal, this is the ad, okay? The ad, I found this deal on Facebook, and the gentleman wanted to sell it for $500 as a Cannondale, and I gave him an offer of $100. He accepted quickly, and I went and picked it up. And when I picked up the bike, I washed it beautifully clean, and this is how the bike turned out, guys. You can see it was a beautiful bike, and again, this was a very top of the end bike with high components and etc. But again, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew to buy name quality stuff, okay? Which I talk about in my book. So you can kind of see, you know, what kind of bike it is, and you kind of get an idea by looking at this, like what do I take pictures of, so you can do the same exact thing. And I only included just a couple of pictures, but I'll easily take 25 to 30 pictures, and you know, I'll have them, because some websites will allow you to put 25 pictures up there, like Craigslist. So the more pictures, the better. More different type of dimensions you can take the pictures better. Like, you can look at this. If you look at this ad versus the old ad, you can easily see why I was able to sell this bike. So I bought this bike for $100. The guy was trying to sell it for $500, but he couldn't. I bought it for $100, and you can see what I did with it here. And then I sold this bike for $500, guys. I sold it for $500 pretty quickly. Okay. All right. Not as quick as the other one, but pretty quickly. Now let's go to the third bike. Okay. So the third bike was a guy. Well, yeah, let's go with this. And this is a bike that I bought from a motivated seller. He had bought another bike. He didn't need it. You can see the guy lived pretty nice. And this is a $3,000 bike, and I paid $300 for this bike. And I just kept it for myself. It was a top-end bike. Again, if I wanted to go buy it right now, it would cost me over $3,000. Okay, so I just kept this bike myself. So, but I did take some pictures of it just to show you guys, you know, what it turned out to. when you take better picture. The guy only had just like that picture and just another picture. It wasn't that great, and he had it for sale for a long time. This is carbon. It has these little things in there, which is kind of like having a shock system. It's like the coolest bike I ever rode in my life. It's a specialized. So again, I just kept this bike. Now I have it for sale on different places, but it's just a hook to bring people in to sell the other bikes that people can't afford. Okay, so if I was going to sell this bike, I could easily sell it for $1,000 all day. Other people are selling the same exact bike for $1,500. So again, 2004, this model number, people are selling it for $1,500, $1,600. I'm selling it for $1,000 if I did sell it, okay? Because I'll give so much room, like $400, $500, I'll leave on the table so that any unsophisticated buyer can realize that, hey, this is a hell of a smoking deal, okay? And they'll just buy my bike versus someone else's, okay? So anyways, I showed you, this is a bike that I just kept. Now let's go to another deal. And I got so many deals for you guys, unbelievable. This is a bike that I bought from a guy on Facebook. He had it for sale for a while for $300, and it came to $250. I paid $75 for this bike. Okay, I bought $75 for this bike, and I turned around and I sold this bike for $250 very, very quickly, like in a couple of days. Okay, so I bought $75 and I sold it for $250. Okay. Now, why was I able to sell it so quick? Because I wrote a better description than that guy did. I answered the inquiries a lot faster when buyers had questions. Okay, I took great pictures of it, where the other guy didn't. Okay, and this is a very older bike too. This is a 1999 Ralph something. All right, so let's go to the next deal. So this is number 4, was a deal that I spent only $75. Okay. Now, some of them I don't have all the ad images and stuff. I wish I did, but I kind of slacked a little bit. So this is a bike that I bought for $125. Okay, this is a top-end Cannondale bike, made in the USA, handmade. And I sold this bike for, I believe it was $375, almost $400. No, I'm sorry, guys. I sold this bike for $500. Okay. Sorry about that. For $500, and you can see, again, all these bikes that I buy, they don't need any work. I just buy them. I just wash them. Some of them will have like maybe a bad tube because they've been sitting there. And this guy, I buy most of these houses from rich neighborhoods. I mean, it was a great looking bike. The guy had multiple bikes. He wasn't using it. So I got a smoking deal, and I sold it for a smoking deal. And the people that bought it were extremely happy. Okay, let's go to the next bike. So, okay, this is a bike that I bought from the same exact seller. I went up there, and not only did I buy that red bike I just showed it to you, but he also had this Cannondale. And I bought this one for $50. I bought this for $50, and then I sold it for $250. And I sold it very, very quickly too, in less than 7 days. I don't remember the exact. I'll have to look it up. But just to show it to you guys, I bought this bike $50, made in the USA. Decent Cannondale, with tons of accessories. The footer, the handles, etc. And I sold it for $250. Okay, one seller. I picked up 2 bikes. All right. Now this is a bike that I showed my brother how to do it, and he didn't have a bike, so he went and bought this bike. This is a bike that he bought for $100 off of Facebook, and he sold this bike for $500 in a matter of days. Okay, so he bought it for $100, sold it for $500. All right. All right. Let's go to the next deal, guys. Now this is a deal I bought for $50. Okay, I bought $50, and this was like one of the weakest deals that I did. I sold this bike for $150. So I still 3 times my money. I put $50, and I got $150. I got $150 out of it. Okay, but just to show you, you can even do deals with $50, guys. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, this is the buyer that bought this deal. He was very happy, Mexican guy, very nice guy. Liked him a lot. Took a picture of him because he's a cool dude. Okay, I sold him this bike. I bought this bike for $100, and I sold it to him for like four and some change, okay. And he was very, very happy, and it was a 2017 or 2018. It was a very spanking new bike, okay. I did have to drive a little bit further for this bike to pick it up, but it was an easy sell. And there's so many more deals. Let me show you this deal here too, guys. This is a deal that I bought from a seller, and you know, he just wanted 350 bucks for it. This was on 5 miles, I believe. But he had it for sale for such a long time, and he only had this one little picture. But since I'm in real estate, I could tell this guy had a decent looking home, so I decided to go pick it up. And I paid this guy 100 bucks for his bike, okay? And then I sold his same exact bike for $697, guys. And out of only 14 people took a look at it, and one of them bought it because it was a 2018. When I picked it up, I didn't even realize it was 2018, guys. And we're in 2018. So I bought a brand spanking new bike for 100 bucks. And I sold it for 700. When I went to the guy's house, they had like a little mega mansion, and you know, the kid had bought another bike. Okay, so this is a Track 2018. It has disc brakes. If you guys can't know, this is, you know, disc brakes are pretty high demand. And all I did is just take great pictures of it, as you can see right here, and I sold it for 700 bucks. This is a deal that I 7x'd my money. I paid 100, picked it up. I mean, it's a beautiful bike, guys. So again, I don't buy bikes from the hood or from the war zone. I don't buy bikes that need a lot of repairs. I don't buy bikes that, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't make money off of it, but for someone that's new like myself that started, and I just did this as a pilot test, and you know, to show anyone that you can make money in America. You don't need any money, no credit. All you need is imagination. You can do whatever you love. I just happen to love riding bicycles, so I decided to buy bicycles from motivated sellers because since 2006. Fourth quarter, when the market crashed, I've been buying houses from motivated homeowners. So I figured I'll just use this exact skills that and do the same thing with bicycles. And so here we are doing this course for you guys, okay? So anyways, I bought this bike, 100, sold it for 700. You know, new is worth almost $1,000. It sold very, very quickly, and that's where we are. If you guys want to see more deals, I have more deals for you guys, you know, all day long. You know, there's so many deals. This is a bike that I bought for 75 bucks, and I sold it for 250. Okay. Let's go to the next one. And I just kind of showed you this one. Like, you can see how all the different ways I took pictures of it. The more pictures, the merrier. So this is a bike that I bought for, I believe, like 45 bucks. If I'm not mistaken. I think it was 30 or 45 bucks, and I sold this bike for 150. Okay. And I also included here like a bike that I bought for just $30. Okay, here it is. This is a bike that I bought for 30 bucks. It's a wreck, dude. You know, the pictures were like, looked good. When I went up there, it looked crappy. I was already there. I just negotiated the price lower. So it needed new seats. The derailleur is all broken. You can see it hanging here. It had a bent rim. So I sold this bike. I bought it for 30 bucks. I sold it for 100. The guy that bought it was so happy. He texted me back saying, "Oh man, thanks for the bike." So there you go. Everybody has different needs for bikes. He was going to use it as a trick bike. So it worked perfect for him. All right. This is a bike that I bought for 150, and I sold it for 350. Okay. There you go, just letting you guys see, you know, how I take pictures. I had a rack. It was a great looking bike. All these bikes are again are Cannondale, Track, or Specialized. All right. All right. This is a different Cannondale than the one I just showed you. This is a bike that I negotiated the price to 150. The guy had it at 700. When I got there, the wheel looked like it was a little bent, so I negotiated him down. And when I took it home, it wasn't bent. It was just the brakes that were caught onto it bad. Okay, and I negotiated this guy down to 75 bucks, and I sold this bike for 500 bucks. So 75 to 500. All I did is clean it, and that's it. And I fixed the brakes a little bit. This is another bike. This bike I bought for 75 bucks, and I sold it for 250. All right, this is a bike that I bought for 50 bucks. And I sold it for 200. Okay, and there's a lot more bikes, guys. I just stopped here. Okay, so simply put, guys, you can be your dreams in America. You don't need money, you don't need credit, but you do need imagination, you do need creativity, and you need to believe in yourself. And I hope that what I've shared with you guys and what I took time to write into a book for you, that you apply it. I highly recommend sitting there and reading the text version, because I go into the exact, all the questions you may guys have. And I also give you my offer letters, because you don't have to create new offers. All you do is copy offer number 1, offer number 2, offer number 3, and so on, and then send it to people. Now, let's go to my Facebook real quick, and let me show you that, you know, this is not something that I'm fluffing. This is actually something that I implement, okay? All right, so this is something that I actually implement. All right, guys, so let's go in here into my talks, all right, into my chat, and you can see that I am giving offers to people, okay? So you can see, okay? And the offers is what I've included to you. Just it starts off saying, hey, that surely is a beautiful bike. I'd love to buy it today. I know there's lots of wishy-washy people out here, but I'm a serious buyer and I can drive to you today and give you cash in your hand. My offer is $100. So my thing is, no matter what the price of the bike is, I'm just offering 100. And no matter what they say, if they say no, if you mean to me, that, you know, whatever they say, doesn't matter. I copy and paste the counter offer, which says, I understand. If your situation changes and you want to sell fast, I can come and pick it up the same day and give you $150. And I give them a little bit more money. Then I say, thank you so much, have a great day, and always keep me in mind as a backup offer. Very crucial to let them know that you can be a backup offer. Again, you guys just copy and then send this, okay? And you'll notice that about 25% to 30% of the people will just message you a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, and say, look, I changed my mind. I wanted to sell it to you, just by you putting this piece of information in there. So again, I've just given you all the offers. All you got to do is copy and paste. Here's another guy. So again, I saw his bike. He wanted 400. I just put it in there. Hey, same message. He says, thanks, but no thanks. Doesn't matter what it is. I copy and paste and put it in there, guys, okay? I can go to the next guy. Okay, this is some guy that wanted to buy my bike, and he gave me an offer. I told him no, okay? But let's go into some more, okay? So here's another guy, okay? So this is a nice bike, you know. I gave him an offer. He said, thank you for your interest. I just listed it yesterday. Blah, 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 blah. So I sent them the counter offer. I understand if your situation changes, again, the same thing. And then the guy says, sounds good, thanks. And he might be one of these people that will message me in a week or two, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't have a crystal ball. And says, hey, just come pick it up, because that has happened to me a lot. And this is something that I teach in real estate, is that when you give offers to homeowners, or you're trying to do a listing presentation, always leave an open-ended offer, so there's room for the seller to come back to you if their situation changes, okay? Now, here's another one, okay? So, hey, you know, hey, it's a great day. You know, the guy wanted 700. Again, I just give him the same $100 offer. Then he says, we have a buyer coming, okay? And then he marked this sold, and then he marked it available, because the buyer didn't, they're flaky people. That's why I put in my ad, I'm not flaky. And I messaged them, and she's seen it, but she hasn't messaged me back. Maybe your situation changes. Maybe she sells it. It doesn't matter, because I'm giving multiple offers a day. Now, that brings me to a good idea. Now that I showed you guys that I'm actually doing this myself, it's not just some fluff, okay? That brings me to the idea that if you're not giving offers, you're not getting deals. That happens into real estate, that happens into buying bikes. So it's very important that you give offers every day. So every day I get up, I go to the bathroom like I normally did before, but I check stocks, Bitcoins, etc. Now I don't do that kind of crap. All I do is give 20 offers a day. So I'm in that bathroom for that 10, 20 minutes. I'm just giving, copy and pasting bikes that I like, okay? Nice, expensive, pretty bikes. And that's it. And if they reply back to me, I quickly reply. I just copy and paste. I'm giving you the offers. It's in the book version of this course. And just do that. And before you know it, you'll have a couple of bikes in 7 days or less. And then you'll get it, you bought it for 100, you'll turn around and you sell it for very, very cheap. Let's just try for just double your money. You bought it for 100 and you sell it for 200, you sell it quick. The bike might be worth 300, 400, but you're leaving room for that buyer to feel like they got a good deal, and that way you can move the units, guys. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Just to let you know that I was doing it, I showed you my Facebook account. Please read the remaining of the book because the crucial information, all the facts are in there. This was just a quick overview. Hustle and bustle. See you later, gang.